So here's what happened to me. And honestly, you might see yourself in this, either now or down the road. When I was 24, I lived in a small studio apartment. One window, one light bulb that flickered, no job, no plan. I'd wake up every morning to the same sound, my upstairs neighbor's alarm at 6:30. It was my reminder, another day to figure out how to keep the lights on. Back then, I thought starting over meant losing. Now I know. It meant being given another chance to rebuild. Right this time. Learn to live small before you dream big. There were nights I'd eat ramen and watch videos of people talking about success. They made it sound like magic. Morning routines, vision boards, fancy words. But my routine was just surviving. And yet, that's where I learned something priceless. When you have less, you learn to value every single thing you still have. One evening, I took $5, my last for the week, and instead of buying takeout, I bought a used book from a thrift store. The Richest Man in Babylon. That $5 changed everything. Not because of the book, but because it proved I could still choose to invest in myself, even when I was broke. Skill is the only currency that never crashes. I didn't have a degree. No one wanted to hire me. So I started teaching myself things. Excel, Photoshop, how to talk to people without sounding scared. At night, I'd write notes on sticky paper and stick them above my bed. Learn one new thing a day. One day, a local cafe owner saw me designing a flyer on my laptop. He asked,
"Did you make that?"
I said yes. He paid me $30 to design his menu. That moment, it wasn't about the $30. It was the first time someone paid me for something I knew, not something I owned. That's when I understood. Skills pay rent when money runs out. Let time do the heavy lifting. When I got my first real job, I made $18 an hour. I felt rich until rent took half. Still, every paycheck, I'd save a little, sometimes just $5. I'd drop coins in an old glass jar and I called it future money. Years later, that habit turned into investments. The first time I saw interest grow on its own, I felt something strange. Peace. That's when it hit me. We chase big wins, but the quiet power is in letting time work harder than you do. Build something that outlives a paycheck. At 28, I started a side hustle. Not because I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but because I was tired of being replaceable. I made handmade journals out of recycled paper, sold maybe 10 in the first month. But when one customer wrote, "This notebook made me start writing again," I cried, because that's when I realized wealth isn't money in your account. It's the impact you create when no one's watching. Build something small that matters. Even if no one notices at first, it'll notice you. Use debt like fire, not fuel. When I was 29, I maxed out my credit card to fix my car for a delivery job. That debt haunted me, but I learned to face it. I called the bank, learned how credit worked, and spent 2 years rebuilding from scratch. Now, I use credit to build, not to patch holes. Debt doesn't destroy you, denial does. Protect the tree, live off the fruit. The first time I made a few thousand from my investments, I wanted to celebrate, buy something big. Instead, I bought a park bench, literally. I donated to the park I used to sit in when I was broke. They put a plaque on it, "To the days that built me." I didn't need a fancy car. I just needed to know that my money now worked for me the same way I once worked for it. Starting from scratch isn't failure, it's freedom. It's the version of you that's stripped of everything fake, the labels, the noise, the pressure, and left with only what's real. Your will, your time, your hands. If that's where you are right now, don't rush it. Your comeback story is already writing itself. Just make sure you're the one holding the pen. The story starts where you thought it ended. Thanks for sticking till the end. Your voice completes this story. Drop it below